Hello students, tense about tenses. Well, in today's session we will study all about tenses. We will go slowly and steadily because tense is one thing where you cannot go wrong. This is the base of language. Let's first try to know what is the concept of tenses. Tenses expresses the time reference of an action, or tense is a form of a verb which takes to show the time it happens. It actually describes when any action happened with respect to time. Now the time or the action took could be in the past, present or future. Take this example. I study English. Now when I say I study English, it means I am telling you this action which is happening at the present moment. The study English, let's change the same sentence and make it I study English. When I say I studied English, it means I am referring to past, an action which I have already done and finished it. Change the same sentence a little bit more and make it I will study English. Now, what does this line means? This line means that I have not yet started studying, but I plan to study in future. So, the same sentence have been told to you in different time reference. The first reference was present, the second reference was the past, and the third reference was future. As time could be past, present or future, so tenses are divided mainly into three types: past tense, present tense and future tense. Now, each of these types have four subtypes: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So, today we are going to learn all the 12 tenses one by one. When we are talking about tenses, the most important work is done by the verbs. What are verbs? They are action words. Verbs are mainly divided into 5 main forms, which are base form, we will denote it as V1, past form, we will denote it as V2, past participle, we will denote it as V3, S or ES form, we will denote it as VS or VES, and ING form, we will denote it as VING. Here, V stands for verb. These are short forms of verb for our better understanding. Now, let's look into an example of verb. Play. The base form of play is play. In the past form, it is played. In past participle form, it is played. And in S or ES form, it is plays. And in ING form, it is playing. Let's look into one more example. Go. The base form of go is go. In past form, it is went. In past participle form, it is gone. In S or ES form, it is goes. And in ING form, it is going. Now, as you are clear with the base verb or verb form, let's now come back to our today's topic, which is tenses. First, we will look into all the simple tenses. Simple present tense. It refers to an action that occurs on regular basis or the fact that stands true all times. Sentence structure of it is subject plus verb's first form plus object. Let's see an example of a regular action. I play football regularly. In this sentence, we can see that I am doing an action or activity of playing on regular basis from the past till now, and in the future also I will continue. Let's see an example of any fact. Sun rises in the east. Now, it is a truth based on fact that the sun rises in the east. No one can challenge it. So, it is an example of simple present tense. Please note down, in case of third person singular form, VS or ES form is used. For example, in case of a third person Ram, it will be Ram plays football regularly. Now, let's look into the next tense, simple past tense. It refers to an action that is completed before the time we are talking about. Sentence structure of it is subject plus verb, second form plus object. Example, I played football yesterday. Here I am referring to an action of playing football that is already completed in the past. Let's understand the next tense. Simple future tense. It refers to an action which will happen in the future. Structure of sentence is subject plus will plus verbs first form plus object. I will play football tomorrow. Here I am referring to an action that will happen tomorrow. Now let's look into all the continuous tenses. Present continuous tenses. It refers to an action which is currently going on, so the event is still going on the time we are referring to. Sentence structure of it is subject plus be plus verbs ing form plus object. Be verb here are am, is or are. We select it depending on the first person, second person and third person. Example, I am playing football right now. Here my action of playing football is still going on and has not yet completed. Now let's look into the next tense. Past continuous tense. It refers to an action which began in the past and was still going on until some other action occurred. Structure of the sentence is subject plus be plus verbs ing form plus object. Be verb here are, was or were. Example, I was playing football when you arrived means my action of playing was going on until you arrived. Let's look into the next tense. Future continuous tense. It refers to an action which will begin in the future and will still go on until some other actions occurs. Structure of the sentence is subject plus will be plus verbs ing form plus object. For example, I will be playing football when you arrive. Here I am predicting future action. For playing will be going on until some other actions occurs. Let's look into perfect tenses now. Perfect tenses refers to an action that began in the past and true in the present, or it refers to an action that happened in the past but time is not specified. Structure of it is subject plus has or have plus verbs third form plus object. For example, I have played football a lot in this week. Here, the action of playing had started in the past and it's true in the present moment. That is, I am still playing football. Let's understand the next tense. Past perfect tense. It refers to an action that completed before any other action in the past. Structure of the sentence is subject plus had plus verbs third form plus object. For example, I had played football before you came. So, one action of playing was already completed before another action in the past. Let's look into the next tense, future perfect tense. It refers to an action that will happen before another event in the future. Structure of it is subject plus will have plus verb's third form plus object. Example, I will have played football by the time you arrive. So here my action of playing will be already completed before the action of your arriving. Now let's look into all perfect continuous tenses. Present perfect continuous tenses. It refers to an action that started in the past and are still going on in the present. Here, more importance is given to the duration of event. Structure of it is subject plus have been plus verbs ing form plus object. Example, I have been playing football since 5 years. Here, more importance is given to the duration of the event. Let's look into the next tenses. Past perfect continuous tenses. It refers to an action which began in the past at a certain time and it's still going on until some other action occurred. Here also more importance is given on the time the event started. Structure of it is subject plus had been plus verbs ing form plus object. For example, I had been playing football for 1 hour before you arrived. Here, for 1 hour is referring to the start of my event. Let's look into the last tenses. Future perfect continuous tenses. It refers to an action which will have begun and still going on until a point in future. Here also more importance is given to the duration of event. Structure of it is subject plus will have been plus verbs ing form plus object. For example, when I'm turned 30, I have been playing football for 20 years. Here, an event of playing will continue until another event of my trying to 30 years come, eventually giving more importance to the duration of time. So here we finish today's session on tenses and what are the main major types of these tenses. But before ending, let me just quickly revise all the forms of each tenses so that it fits in your mind in a better manner. Please have a look at this table in front of you.